My crops have been watered, my acne is cleared. Like, what is happening? I'm so glad Ran is back. I am slightly like concerned how I'm going to react once this, like, whatever special episode ends. Are they
I
going to
think
give
we
us
have something at the end of this special episode, I feel. I
what do
feel
you
like
mean?
it's not just gonna be this, like something is going to happen after it too.
I hope so. Like, I need it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This Tuesday at 5:30 business, no. Hi,
Exactly.
we are.
Luna talk.
I'm Zara, and if it wasn't obvious, Run BTS is back.
Yay! I'm Sophia and Dalira Noona dog.
Oh no, that's really cute. Okay, that's really nice. Maybe we should, maybe in season 2 of Noona Talk, we should update our intro opening theme
Intro
song. Yeah.
100%.
We are
So
Noona
we
Talk,
are
a weekly podcast where we talk about K-pop, K-drama, K-culture, K-beauty, anything else about K-world that you need to know, especially if you're a Desi stan. You can watch us here on YouTube and subscribe to our channel for weekly episodes, but also our wonderfully hilarious reactions. You can also follow us on Instagram at NoonaTalk. And we are on all podcasting platforms where you can listen to us and don't have to actually watch the video.
But you should watch the video and you should also follow us on Instagram because that's where we do all our fun content, our fun giveaways, our fun reels. Zara does weekly or even sometimes more than once a week K drama reviews in a minute. And yeah, so what are we talking about today? If you haven't guessed, and we've already told you, but anyway, we are discussing the return of Run BTS, aka our favorite variety show. And
Absolutely. So excited. I've been waiting for this. It's been almost a year. But
mhm,
before we can get into that, what's up, poppin'?
What's popping, guys?
what's poppin'? What's
Lots of things
popping?
are popping.
Oh my god, so much is going on, but like most importantly, we need to talk about the photofolio that BTS are doing.
Okay. I'm ready to talk about it. I have
Because
thought
Jungkook
the
is a
Twilight
vampire.
Resurgence,
Namjoon is an art collector and a
but
sunflower
also biker.
rider, bike rider, cyclist. That's the term. And yeah, so they're going to do a new photofolio for per member. It's me, myself, and dot dot dot. And right now we've only had two members, so we're assuming they're going to go in birthday order. So, do you have any guesses about what we're going to get for like the other members?
Oh, I didn't think it was birthday order at all. So wait, does
Oh,
that mean the next person is Jimin?
Jimin, I
Oh,
am
I'm not
very
ready for
afraid
that. I'm not ready for that
that
at
man does
all.
not deserve
A
creative freedom
portfolio,
because last
yeah,
time he
yeah.
got creative freedom, we got filter.
And we all I'm still recuperating from that. Wow, okay.
Hmm.
I First of all, I was very surprised. I didn't expect all the members to have individual portfolios. I
Hmm. Hmm, hmm.
When it was first announced, because it's so close to Jungkook's birthday, I just sort of assumed
Yeah.
it was a Jungkook
Plus,
only thing.
it was a very Jungkook thing. I think GCF,
Huh.
GCP have already existed, so it did feel very up Jungkook's alley. But now that June did his, which was very like something you'd assume him to do, it
Mm.
feels like I know I can get the vibe that Tay would go for, but for the others, I'm just like Jin is going to do a fish themed
If he
photo
doesn't,
shoot.
like, what a waste. I feel like Tay or somebody else. But I do think maybe Tay would do something with disposable cameras, like photos done only through
Even
disposable cameras.
Hobie might do something like that. You,
Yeah, they're also creative and they're very distinctly unique. So it'd be hard
and
to
their
pin down what they might want to do.
yeah, and their artistic visions are so. But I feel like with Tay, you can kind of get a vibe of what it. Actually, you never know. He might go completely like a different
The
route
left
and become a
direction, yeah.
Joseon dynasty emperor for some reason.
Hopefully. As and we know he likes role playing, so
Mm-hmm. But yeah, moving on because once we talk about Bangtan, we cannot stop. Mama Moo, Solar, and Moonbyul are debuting in their own subunit, a Moon Sun subunit.
it's so cute. The poster has dropped. It looks very fun, very
Sapphic.
It's very that. Yeah, it looks very teenage, coming of age, so last summer before college starts sort of poster. I'm
Yeah,
here for
yeah.
that. I like that as a vibe. I think Moon Sun have a great chemistry that's going to pop off.
That is
Very excited
true.
for that.
Super excited. Speaking of new music that's gonna come up, Mix has announced their first comeback, which is going to be another single. So it's called Entwerf. Don't know what that means at this point.
Not holding my breath for that one.
Yeah. Who else is coming back? IVE has had their comeback, I think today already.
Oh, did
They're
they?
Yeah, so they released another, I think, single or like two, three songs. I'm not sure, but I haven't checked it out yet. But we'll be checking it out because I think IVE is they always have like nice music.
Hmm.
I've always vibed to that. People who have already came back are Blackpink with their
Oh,
pre-debut single Pink Venom.
yes. We have done a reaction to it, so if you want to go check that out, it's there on our channel. Please make sure to watch it because yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's set like a billion records, Spotify records, YouTube records, that's that Pink Venom. And what else is going on? SM Down concert happened.
Yeah, I was just about to say
We
lots of concerts, lots of tours.
hmm
Japan
Yeah.
is the hub to be right now.
So is LA.
So is LA. Head in the Clouds is going on right now. KCON is
Oh,
on
Cake
right
on is
now.
happening. Yeah.
But since we did talk about Japan, the way that this has changed my life, I'm so happy. Not changed my life, but changed my perspective on this one show about and audition voting.
Oh yeah.
Voting has been introduced finally. I was so excited because I don't want to be mean, but there are some people on there that definitely don't need to be debuting anytime soon. They need more time to
hmm
marinate.
hmm
So
If you have been watching and audition and you want us to do a episode after the finale, let us know in the comments because we have been watching it and we have a lot of things to say.
we did do a reaction to a reaction review to the first episode, so go watch that in our
Yeah.
channel as well. But other than
Yeah.
that,
Who are
is
you
there any?
voting for, Zara?
Oh, should we give it away? I'm
Yeah, why
splitting
not?
my votes between Fuma and Gaku. I think both of them are very deserving. Uh,
Hmm.
Controversial but brave is that time of
It
me.
is.
But I think Nicholas doesn't deserve to be in the
Oh
debuting
yeah,
pool.
100%. I feel like Fuma, Gaku, and even Hikaru,
Hikaru, yeah.
Hikaru are definitely
Hayate,
above.
like there are
I think
people who
Hayate would be someone I'd place at Nicholas level, where sometimes they perform well, sometimes they don't perform
it's
well,
not
but
consistent.
it's not consistent. And like you were an island, you had another year, you're in this another show. I was just like, it's not giving. And with the level that K and even Taki for that matter is at, it should
And
match.
it's very sad. For me, I think maybe it's because of the way the show is doing it, but like EJ just doesn't seem to like do
Get
anything.
any footage, yeah.
Yeah, like is he there, not there, doing well, bad? It's really hard for me to gauge because I just don't see
True.
him.
True. I think it's the same issues that came up with Island, where it's like very few people were focused on. So you kind of end up focusing on them. Either they're really bad or they're really good, and everyone in the middle is just kind of like left
Forgot.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's about it. Oh, last thing. So ATEEZ's company, KQ, they have released this new boy group. Okay, it's not launched yet, but so 80s before they were 80s were called KQ Fellas, and they would drop a lot of dance videos. And so KQ has dropped KQ Fellas too, and we've got I think one or two dance videos already. So yeah,
Oh,
new groups coming. Yeah, exciting
wow, exciting.
indeed.
Um, yeah, because if one thing you know that KQ is doing right is dance. Like they're amazing performers.
Like 80s
Uh,
is like everyone who even KCON, even the 80s World Tour, everyone who's attending it is watching it is just like they're going wild over the performances. So I think they know their strengths.
hmm. And they're playing to it, and that's clever. I think
Definitely.
though, it's
It's
time for
time.
us to get into it. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
So
Run is finally back after almost a year. Very, very happy about that. I know they announced it in
congrats.
their Festa video, but they say a lot of things, and you never know what the timeline of these releases are going to be.
Like they record things and they are done with it, but like we don't know when it's gonna come out. So
Absolutely. So this episode was very cute, where it was all about telepathy and them finding
Hmm.
each other. Like they were spread. If you haven't seen the episode, go watch it. Like, what are you waiting for? They
Yeah,
were
it's
spread
on
across the
YouTube also now on Bangtan TV, so like
ah,
literally no reason for you to not watch it.
and like yeah, translated and everything. But
Hmm.
yeah, they were told to go find each other across the city and given a clue.
No, before
Which
that they did other games, like they did the
they did do
telepathy
establishing
game.
games.
Yeah, no, those were so funny because I feel like I think the best part, some of the best parts of Run are these where they're given prompts, but then rest of it is up to them, and
Yeah,
instead of a highly structured game. And I think that's when the Run editors know their strengths. They're like, these guys will do silly things, and we'll just like do our editing, and it'll all
yeah,
work out perfectly.
absolutely. I think one of the most interesting things for me is that I've been watching Run ever since I became an army. I have watched every single episode multiple times now, and every time they do this like telepathy or guessing game, they
They
always
suck.
start off with so much pride. Ki, of course, we know each other. We to love each other. Sacha pyar, bhaichara, hum hai. And then the minute the game starts,
They're like,
it's all doing
तुमने
other
गलत
things.
कैसे किया? Like
Yeah,
तुम गलत,
immediately.
तुम निकल जाओ.
Yeah,
बांकी देखो अभी resignation.
like dhokadhadi starts immediately.
But no, it was really funny. I think my favorite one was, I think the prompts were very like high level. These
Yeah.
weren't things which everyone would like. A dog reacting wouldn't be the same for everyone.
Hmm.
I also think like BTS are very like high level creative thinkers. So they're never going to go for the obvious thing. They're going to do the most obscure thing ever. Like, Jimin, why were you like booty popping when they said
He was
about.
wagging his tail.
I know, but like that's not the first thing usually one would do.
You did
But I, yeah, that's
exactly.
what Jin was doing. I did
Yeah.
see.
So
But I
basically,
think
Jin
my
and
favorite part was when they had to do like the face when
the
they
phone fell on
fuck
you.
no they when they mess up the choreography and
Oh,
they
and they
make eye
already
contact with Hobie because that is the one they got right across the board.
yeah.
Everyone like,
But yeah, there is a sequel to the episode coming out this week, so make
yeah,
sure to watch it. It seems to be like it's very sweet,
it
and
is.
this is an idea that came up during the presentation episodes that they did couple of like last year,
Yeah.
where they all sat down and came up with ideas. Man, that
Hmm.
episode gave us a lot because
Yeah,
everything
run editors were like, अब इस चीज अब तो दिमाग creative
honestly,
team
even Run
bye.
BTS, the song came from that episode where they decided to come up with a theme song. The tennis
Doing all the
episodes
heavy
happened because of
lifting.
that. Like it just that episode gave.
Gave, yeah, for sure. And I think it was really sweet because so they had to they had to basically they had the keyword, which was, what is the keyword? Real fun.
Yeah,
And
real fun.
everyone was placed in different cars and they had to go to their like whatever they thought was real fun in all of Seoul. And while all of them didn't reach the same place, I think all of them talked about the same
Very
places, which
similar.
is,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Absolutely.
like four of them of course landed on their old dormitory. One of them went to Hangang Than River Park, where they used to have their dates. One of them went
Oh,
to the
that was
Olympics.
so sad.
One of them
The
went to
level of
Olympic
Mac,
Stadium.
I would never forgive my friends.
Yoongi was so upset. He was like, yeah, Cookie reached Lotte World. I think I would have 100% chosen Lotte World if someone said real fun because A, they have memories there, and B, it is a fun place.
Yeah, the minute I think I heard the prompt, I also thought of Lotte World. But then you have to
Hmm.
remember that you have to play the game according to what others are going to think versus what
Yeah.
you think. And
Yeah.
that's
And
why
we
a
all
lot
know
of
they're a sappy bunch.
that's why they all showed up to the dorm, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
and I think this is what I would have thought where while others, all the locations also did kind of make sense. I think Hobie's was the least
Most
likely
Fora,
for
yeah, yeah, yeah.
me.
It was very low ranked for me.
Yeah, but I think in terms of ranking, I'm sure their dorm would have been the first place because that's the most
Hmm.
real, whatever, fun or whatever they had.
Yeah, it prompted us to have a great conversation about where we would meet if we ever had to play such a game. So we've got a
And
location. It is there. You should also pick it out with your friends. Don't share it. Don't tell us.
yeah, and so we what we decided was irrespective of the keyword, the place has to be the same because don't
Yeah,
let anybody play you.
yeah. Our place is the same regardless of what word is being given to us. We are meeting there.
Yeah. Because if it's
I,
a really great place, then you experience all your experiences
exactly.
there.
So much.
But
I think it's time
yeah,
for us to get into what our
the
favorite run episodes are. We're doing
top three.
top three. We're doing top three because it's absolutely impossible to like,
Pick one. This
yeah,
top three is also just like
very tough.
way out there. I'm just selecting. There are a billion other ones that I would probably choose. So, what would you say would be your number three?
Okay, for me, these are not like one, two, three. It's just like
But
these
just
are in
like
my top
tier,
tier. Yeah.
tier.
And this is also like currently because it
It
keeps
keeps
changing.
changing. Valid,
Uh,
valid.
I feel like none of this is going to be a surprise to you specifically because I talk about these so much.
Mm-hmm.
But the first one I'm putting in my top tier is Hangul Day episode because
Oh,
the way, first of all, the way Jungkook is printed and the poor camera guy had to give up on living. Second of all, the whole thing where Yoongi is printed and then just lay down in the dark. What
what
was
was
going?
the Hangul Day prompt? Like, what were they playing?
This is the second part of the series. Like there was a first
Mm-hmm.
game that they played where they had like a quiz of Hangul episodes, but that is very good as well. But the second one
Hmm.
is funnier where they had to put stickers on each other and
On
you
each
had like
other's backs, and
on each
everyone
other.
had one person they had to stick the sticker on, but nobody knew who the person who's attacking them is. Like
And
that was a
if you
secret.
found out who was supposed to be putting stickers on you, then they'd get
Then you
out.
would lose. Yeah. So
Yeah,
everyone would just keep sticking on everyone so that nobody gets suspicious.
yeah.
And that
There was
also
this really
features
funny.
one of the greatest Run BTS betrayals.
That's why I love it. It's the funniest. Where women, like the way Tay
It's
betrays Jimin.
episode 88.
Thank you. Episode 88, where Tay betrays Jimin, and it's so hardcore, and it happens out of nowhere. And like throughout the episode, Jimin's like, "You would never betray me," and then he turns his back to Tay, and Tay's like, "Of course not," and sticks stickers on him.
He sticks stickers, and when Jimin is like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm just fixing the paper on your back,"
Paper
and
on
I'm
your
like,
back.
"Jimin,
I
my
know.
sweet summer child."
I know, and in the end, like there's this entire thing where Jim is like, "Ab to hamari dosti khatam. How could it be you?" And he gets like a scooter, and he's so excited about the scooter. Like throwing your friend under the bus for a scooter is the best.
No, but Jimin gives such a dramatic speech also.
No, valid. I would give that speech if I was one of women. Oh, is a
Mm,
dhoka nahi. What's your
okay.
third pick?
My number three, this is like actual number three, is
Oh,
episode 20. It's the Run BTS cooking episode where two very iconic things happen. Yes, number one being Jungkook's adhesive sweet potatoes, and number
man,
two being Tae's squirrel,
squirrel.
gravy squirrel.
Man, that
So,
was so brilliant.
as we know, Bangtan suck at cooking 100%. I'm not sure if this is the same episode where Namsok scream at a pot of chicken soup for it to boil faster.
No, but this is the same one where June had to pour out the water for the pasta and then couldn't figure out and he tried to put his hands directly
Hand
in it and just
inside
kept
and it was
screaming.
hot. Yeah. Was it the same one where he did the bad chopping though? No.
I think that's all of them.
No, the one where Jin is like, "This is how you chop it," and
I
then
just,
June is like, "Kata, kata, kata, kata," and then Hobie's on his side, and he's like, "That's not how Jin told you." He's like, "This is Namjoon style," and Jin is like, "Yeah," and then June is like, "Oh, but I have half of another onion for you to cut." Like
clever
June,
stunt.
no, yeah, no, because June is like, "I will try," and just mess up a lot, whereas Tay is like, I will go on the side, put jam between these buns, and eat it like the cute teddy bear that I am, and nobody will question things.
Nobody does.
Yeah,
Anyway, it's like, oh, wow.
and then he got this. He also made the onion with the bacon sticks.
Oh, yeah, he did. I forgot about that.
He's just a creative soul. But anyway,
Hmm.
that episode 20, that was hilarious. I
That
think
was
BTS in the kitchen is just there are at least 10 to 12 Run BTS episodes of just BTS in the kitchen, and it's always a laugh. But I think this
yeah.
one's especially my favorite. But
No,
yeah,
true.
what's your number second, whatever?
Second pick. Yeah, my
Second
second
pick.
pick is it's a more recent one. It's the photo bomb episode where like Jin turned out to be the secret mafia. Came out of nowhere.
Nowhere. Yeah, yeah.
Nowhere. Like they took
No
the first
idea.
challenge so seriously where they had to take all the photos and they had these specific prompts.
Yeah,
Um
and there's such intense prompts. Like Tay was like,
huh,
look suave, look sexy, do a V side, look
huh,
disappointed.
huh. And like with three members who are not the same age, standing in a
Hmm.
row above a pink shirt. I don't know. There was a lot of things going on.
Photo
And
challenge. It was episode 105.
I'm specifically talking about 120 where like they find out because it's so out of left field and it's so surprising. And then the
But
whole
I
debate
think
on who the
even
mafia was
even before picking Jin as the mafia, I think the entire part where they sit and critically analyze whose
each
photo is
other's photos.
eligible.
Oh my god. Kya bhaichara? How have we watched three documentaries with different words of B and T and S and of like we love each other, love yourself,
We
love
were
my brothers.
destined to be together.
Yeah, to meet and all of that. ये photo क्या बकवास हटाओ. Am I not BTS? Am I not BTS?
Yeah, we had the prompt where he had to take a photo with BTS and he took a photo of himself. And they were like, that's not BTS. Like, am I not BTS? And Jungkook was just losing his shit because
Oh god.
all his photos had
Oh,
Jin. All of them had Jin in them. And all of
oh,
them were
oh. And the
cancelled.
one where he said, "Oh no, this one doesn't have gin." That's Tay, and there was Tay in the photo
Yeah, like Tay was next to him and there was someone behind him.
who was
And it
wearing
was so funny.
beige.
My second pick was uh it was the episode. It was episode I think 63, 64,
Okay.
where therein Yoongi is the teacher and BTS are the students, and it is the funniest set of episodes ever.
The bell ringing.
So they have these seven bells, which are the seven notes, and they have to do chopsticks. To unmute yourself, you have to have a conversation. You can't just laugh throughout.
So because I remembered how angry Jimin gets.
It was chopsticks, right? That they had to
I
perform.
think
Yeah, and they had to, so they were divided into two teams and they had to play chopsticks with the bells, and it was just chaotic because they couldn't recognize, and everyone had to do a different part. So even if you know all of it, the other person is going to mess up. And oh my god, Jimin would get so at Hope Cook, right? Jimin was so angry because Hobie was 100% messing up.
especially Hobie like would
Yeah.
not remember like he because a lot of it was based off of sight reading.
Yeah, they
And-
had to read the music also, and I don't know, it was so chaotic. It was so funny because they are musicians who make brilliant music. Like they're not bad
yeah, but
musicians.
I think because it was based off of sight reading is bad. That's what
Yeah.
threw them off because they're not
And
like
it was also bells, like it's not their music making
yeah.
environment. It was obscure. Too, it was so bad. I'll tell you, they failed so horribly that and everyone made so much fun of it that like literally, I think a week after it released, June Namjoon was doing a V Live, and Tay came in that V Live sat on a keyboard and played chopsticks to prove that he was actually
He
capable
knows
of
how to
doing it.
play chopsticks.
Yeah. And okay, this wasn't even the best part of the episode because in part two, they have the water game where basically everyone has a banned word.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Oh,
Everyone has a banned word and they
and they have
can't
the
say.
world's silliest debate, which
Yeah, so they
is
have
mint
okay,
chocolate
they have
good
the
or
most
bad?
iconic debate, which is mint chocolate, yes or
I'm
no.
sorry.
It
Is
was
this
because it solidified June as my bias even more. Because not only do I hate mint chocolate as much as he does, I also hate brushing in the morning because that taste is so gross.
why don't
Why
they
does
use like non-minty flavor
I know and
chewing
they're
gum?
all weird. Like I tried miswak and that was gross.
Okay, no, you know those children wale flavors, which is like
Oh, the
strawberry.
bubblegum one.
Yeah,
None of that. I just don't like toothpaste. But anyway, the mint chocolate debate happened, and Hobie's banned words were "oh" and "ha ha ha" or any form of laughing. And he was laughing because it was hilarious, and he was drenched. Like you need to watch it. Wait, what episode was it? I think it was episode 64. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any
they
honorable
did bring
mentions?
this episode back in that hotel wala episode where like they did do the debate thing, and if you said certain
Yeah.
words, you get wet.
Hmm. No, but that was slightly different, I think.
That was extreme,
Yeah.
which was hilarious.
But yeah. Do you have any honorable mention?
I think this was definitely my honorable mention. I did forget about it for like a half a second, but it was. Oh, I
Was
really
it
like the one where they
episode
went on the
100?
picnic and then uske baad they did say like they did the cute like um where they went and they went and did karaoke in the pension house, and then uske baad they all sat around reading
Oh,
poems to each other.
oh, yeah.
That was
That
quite cute.
was crazy. That was one of the older episodes. Which number was it? Do you remember?
I'm trying to look it up.
Mm.
Mm,
I think one of
mm.
my honorable mentions is definitely like the fashion challenge where they like made their
Oh,
clothes and June like burnt himself with hot glue. Jungkook was dressed like the Pied Piper of Hamlin. It was kind of insane. And that was 105, yeah. And another one of my favorite run episodes. I don't know, is this
that's what I
okay?
said. I don't think you'll get it.
Okay.
I
The run
also I
episode.
say that I loved the BTS Florist episode, not for the episode, but for the impact of Isaac. Like Isaac walked in and they were like, "Hi, are you like in
Yeah,
K
like
drama?"
his business popped off after
Oh yeah,
that,
he
I
now
think.
lives in LA.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
he's
crazy.
moved.
Wild, imagine. Mine was episode 33, which is basically the photo challenge in which
They had to
Bangtan has
jump
to
at the timer.
jump for a prompt and then everyone I can't explain it, but it is one of the funniest episodes and it's so bare bones, like there's nothing. It's just a camera and a prompt and it's one of the funniest episodes ever.
I
But
also
yeah.
love the zombie episode where it's just screaming
Oh, yeah,
and
that's one.
screaming and screaming, and then Joby loses a shoe. That's one of my honorable mentions for sure.
Even Lotte World was really funny.
Oh God, that was that 50th anniversary, 50th
Yeah,
episode
yeah,
anniversary.
where they won that rice cooker,
Rice cooker, ramen cooker.
ramen cooker, and then they
The
tried using the ramen cooker and
Yeah, and it was
failed.
too slow.
Yeah. What's your
Number
number
one.
one?
Again, not number one, just like a third, another pick.
Number one.
Are you doing the esports thing?
I'm doing the drum roll.
Okay. It is the Na PD episode
Oh,
with the
yeah.
birthday caps. Like, it was the last challenge of so it's 4 episodes that they did in collaboration with Full Moon Channel.
Yeah.
I love all of
140 to 144, I think.
Okay, one maybe. Okay,
Or
I'll
140,
believe.
sorry, 140 and 141, because two were on their channel, two were
Ha.
on BTS's channel.
So 4 episodes they did. All of them are brilliant. They are very, very hilarious and very well organized. I think that was something that no, I mean not that Run episodes aren't organized. I think this was just very simple in a different format.
No, it was
But the
very structured. Like usually Run BTS is like prompt and then Bangtan go loose, where this was a lot stronger in terms of structure because it's
huh,
a
and I feel like the fact that
Mhm.
like Napidi didn't fall for their like charms, because usually Run
Yeah.
BTS is so like soft to them. They're like, oh, हमें ये चाहिए. They're like, अच्छा ठीक है, ले लो 5
They're like
points
army ke
immediately.
naam se, and they're like, okay, fine.
Whereas Napidi was like,
But they did threaten Napidi with army. Like,
yeah,
army
they were
will
like,
be
common,
angry.
yeah,
And he's like,
common size.
okay, fine.
All of it is
But
hilarious,
yeah.
but my
What were some
favorite.
of the games that they played in this episode?
Some of the games that they played was recognizing famous people. Like he held up photos and you had to say who they were, and like they were genuinely very famous. Like Sung Min was one of them, which like Jimin
Hmm.
didn't recognize. Conan O'Brien, who's interviewed them, who Hobie called Curtin.
Conan O'Brien is not interviewed them.
Has he not?
No. He was
Okay,
retired by the time they came on the scene.
shame. But
Yeah.
anyway, then yeah, so then it's not as funny if Hobie didn't recognize him. And then there was another one where they were all given certain tasks that they had to complete in a certain amount of time, which very
And
evident
disrupt
the Yoongi one.
others from doing it.
Yeah, yeah, it was hilarious. Where Cookie just took the flour and threw it up on the ceiling.
What flower?
Flour, like Jin had to make.
No, Hobie had to make kimchi pancakes and
Oh
Cookie threw up
yeah,
his this in the ceiling. Jin had to peel
feel
300
that
quail eggs
a hundred,
and
a
they
hundred
kept, no, it was 300.
eating
And they kept eating it. June had to make, I think June had to
dominoes,
make Lego ke
dominoes.
dominoes
Yeah.
banane the, and they would just come and
Like,
kick it. Like Markne
and
Line was
then
a menace.
eventually Cookie like hit the dominoes also.
Yeah, he threw them on the roof. It
Yeah.
was crazy. And
Jimin
Yoongi
had to
had
put
to sit.
Penny in some like people's clothes,
Yoongi had to sit silently and not react, which he
and
was
he
great
won.
at.
He won
Yeah.
that. But that wasn't my favorite. My favorite was like the last game that they play.
Hmm.
And it's just before they rap, where they basically have to put birthday caps on their face so it hides their vision. And they have to find Yoongi. And like within 10 seconds, they have to turn around and they're all turned to the opposite wall and they have to turn around and walk across the place and form a line in front of Yoongi.
And they could see like through a tiny
Through
peephole, just
tiny
like,
hole,
yeah.
yeah. Which one would think is the easiest thing, and I need you all to go watch that video right now, because nothing in the world is funnier than those 15 seconds of that video, because it's just so chaotic. It's just so funny. I talk about that video constantly. It is hilarious.
My favorite, top favorite, like this is, other things change, but I think this is definitely episode
I wonder which one
84,
it is.
85. It's the water park episode. I think it's a three-part series. I think, yeah. And it's just so funny. It was just like a bunch of children in a water park. That's it. There's this one, like, the first thing they have to do is there's this huge balloon, and
Balloon.
they have to bounce on it and just go up. Like, that's it. It's just that. And they can't do that. Like, Jimin would just jump on it and then just slide from the side. Like, Jimin or Tay, I think they did it like three times. That was funny. Then there was a water slide where they would go and Tay had to scream BTS, forever. And they were also scared of heights.
Yeah, Hobie ended up sitting out after the first one,
A
I think, because he
bunch
did
of
get
them, yeah.
sick.
Hobie and water is just like not a good set.
Sick.
And they had,
Tiny
and that
paws.
is, yeah. That was there. And then I think my favorite was this obstacle course that they had to do. They were, I think they were divided into two teams and they had to do the entire thing, fight each other, they kept slipping, they kept falling. They were like literally what
And
is
there was so
brotherhood?
much screaming and
So much
yelling.
screaming, so much yelling, so much falling, so much sabotage, like sabotage
Mac.
top tier sabotage. Yeah. And then anyway, that happened, and then finally it was five of them versus Jungkook in the obstacle course, and then Jungkook won
But
against all five of them, and then they forced him into sharing the prize with all of them. So was there a prize, or was it just you win?
I think it was just a you win. And then
Hmm.
Yoongi being like, ba, 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 ba. I don't know why does he
Just,
break out into the graduation song?
but yeah, I think we can wrap it up now because this will
I'll
not
never
end. Maybe
stop
we should
talking
do a
about
part two. What's your favorite Run episode? Did you understand any of our Run references? Or were
Honestly,
they
yeah.
too
And if you
random?
haven't seen these, if you're not somebody who's watched Run yet, it's highly recommended. From both of us, I think for me personally, in my army experience, it does humanize them to a massive amount, and they're not just like I mean, they are still unattainable idols, but this makes them feel like regular clowns.
Yeah, for me, it's just like, I don't know, just a dose of hilarious.
Serotonin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that was our Run episode of Noona Talk.
I swear. Like, run the song, run BTS the song, run BTS the show, run BTS the
The
Noona Talk
Noona Talk
episode.
episode. Part one, maybe there'll be a part two eventually. And the second part of this special Run episode is coming out tomorrow, which we will be checking out. And you should also check it out. And hope there is a lot more to come. Wonder when it will happen, but fingers crossed. Pray
We
with
will see you
us.
again next week with a brand new episode, maybe a K drama specific one. If you have anything that you want us to react to, remember to comment, or you can DM us on Instagram at Noona Talk, and we'll try our best to get to your request. And that rhymed.
Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye.